بارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا أما بعد فيا أيها الناس اتقوا الله. Respected brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, it's a great pleasure to be here and to address this wonderful crowd on this auspicious day. And as we've been doing for the last few times that I've been here, we've been discussing a topic which is very close to each and every one of us, and it's very instilled into our hearts as Muslims, and that is a clear and close connection with Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and a close connection to the Quran and the Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this has been the theme and the topic that we have been covering the last few times I've been here, and inshallah we want to continue with this topic and this theme. My dear brothers and sisters, we all know that we are here in this world for a very temporary period. It's like a one-way street. We're only going towards the Akhirah. Every day that passes, every night that passes, we are getting closer and closer to the time of our departure. We are just in a transit phase right now. That's all we're here for. And the Prophet ﷺ has instructed us on how to stay and how to be. And he told us that you should stay in this world as a traveler stays. You're only here for a short period of time. But my dear brothers and sisters, the reality is that we sometimes get so engrossed in this world, and I address myself firstly, that we sometimes get so engrossed in this world, and the only thing that we are thinking about is how we are going to settle in this world. So that mansion which is in our dreams, that sports car which is in our dreams, all the luxuries that we expect and which we want, that is what we work towards. And we forget the real luxuries of the hereafter, which will by far surpass everything in this world. مَا لَا عَيْنٌ رَأَتْ وَلَا أُذُنٌ سَمِعَتْ وَلَا خَطَرَ عَلَى قَلْبِ بَشَرٍ. No eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, and nobody has ever perceived. You can't even perceive the ni'mats in Jannah. So we sometimes get distracted by this worldly life. And I want to say a statement now, which might ruffle a few feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. So please hear me out and listen on. And then inshallah this will make sense. There's a lot of rhetoric going around right now on social media, and some of the things that go around is find a job and do a job which you love. Do a job which you love to do. Now that sounds like a very rational statement, because you're going to be working for about 8 hours a day. So approximately 1/3 of your life is going to go in work. If you're going to do something which you dislike, then obviously you're going to live a miserable life. So it seems like a very rational statement. But this is being pumped in social media so much right now that if we look at it closely, then this is more or less leading to the problem we're already in, which is being engrossed in the dunya. I'm speaking to the youngsters here, I'm speaking to the adults here, but I'm addressing myself first and foremost. Because we all have to think, where are we going? And the issue that we have when you work and do something which you love to do, and the type of arguments that they say is do something wherein you can do it any time of the day and night. So when work calls upon you, you can do it because you're eager to do it, because you like to do it. But my dear brothers and sisters, when we do this, when we fall in this area, many a times we are moving away from Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we lack the connection with Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And to prove this, let us look at sometimes what the work does to us. I am in no ways against academic education. I am in no ways against formal studies in college and university. I am in no ways against getting a degree or going into a professional career. But what I am saying is that sometimes, and many a times in fact, we lose ourselves on this journey of finding the job that we love, finding the career that we love. We lose ourselves so much, we don't have time for our family, we don't have time for our children, Everything evolves around our work. Our family life evolves around the work. Our time with our children evolves around our work. If our work lets us, if we are okay to do it at this time, we will spend time with our children and spend time with our family. Otherwise, if work needs us, if work calls on us, we're going to work. We're going to have to work. We're going to have to do the extra hours, the extra shifts. We're going to be running our own businesses, our own empires. But the work takes over us. We don't even have time for our own health. How many people can exercise 30 minutes a day? Not many. Why? Because they're too tired after work, they're too busy before work, they're getting ready, and by the end of the day they've got nothing else that they can do. But they love their work. They're trying to do a job which satisfies them. They're trying to do something which they love to do. And that's why they want to find a job like that. But do you see, my dear brothers and sisters, what I'm trying to point out is we get so lost in this world and in our work that we forget Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we don't give Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam the due attention that they need, that they deserve. That they need is not correct, that they deserve. So this was the point that I was trying to make. And if we look at the Sahaba Ridwanullahi Ta'ala Alayhim Ajma'een, and we look at their lives, they were adults just like me and you. There was young Sahaba, yes. There was Sahaba in the children who were growing up, yes. But the Sahaba that you hear about, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and Umar radiallahu anhu, and Uthman radiallahu anhu, these were all adults. The Prophet ﷺ, the revelation of the Quran started at 40. The revelation of the Quran finished when he was 63. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was 61. Look at the period that they were studying. They were studying in their adulthood. This is a lesson for me and you, my brothers and sisters. This is a lesson for us. That our studying doesn't stop after the maktab syllabus finishes. And our connection with Allah needs to start then. It needs to start at an early age, and it needs to continue till we go from this world. But what we do is we leave everything for later. And we say, okay, I will do this. I want to study. I want to understand Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I want to connect with Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But let me just get this house sorted out. Right? Because I'm going to get married soon. I need to have a place to stay. Let me get that sorted out. Then I need to get this done, that done. Then I've got children coming. So I need to make sure that I've got enough for them. Then I have enough for their university fees. So when they're going to go that time, I have to start saving from now. So I need to do a bit more work. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then, I might need another house now. Let me just start another house. Because I've got 2 children now. I'm going to have to leave them with something. Can you see where it's going? And Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned a hadith, and he beautifully demonstrated to us how we are and what we think. And the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam drew a diagram of a box. So he drew a diagram of a box, and then through this box he drew a line. The line came out of the box also. And then on this line coming out the box, on this line he drew small lines going through this line. So we have a box, we have a line going through this box, and we have small lines going through this line, this one line. And the Prophet ﷺ explained, he said that this line is insan, it's the human being. And the box is death which surrounds him. He's not going to escape death. It's going to come to him from any direction. So the line is a human being, the box is death. These small lines which are crossing the larger line, these are the trials that he will pass in his life. Maybe an illness, maybe a divorce, some difficulties, some loss. And if he manages to dodge one, there'll be something else there. If he manages to dodge one, there'll be another thing there. This is his life. And what about that part of the line which extended beyond? That is his aspirations. That is his wishes and his desires. My dear brothers and sisters, where do these wishes extend to? They extend after death as well. We don't realize we have so many wishes and so many desires and so many things, aspirations that we want to do and complete. but it extends beyond our time that we have in this world. So my dear brothers and sisters, we need to wake up. We need to spiritually wake up. And we need to start a connection with Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And the theme which we have been discussing for the last few times was connection with Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And today the theme was also that, but with an extension.